On behalf of the Carnival Team and Chaosium and our association of Graj Kolektyw, I'd like to welcome you, everyone, watching us and waiting impatiently, hopefully impatiently, for the rest of our beautiful game. Interesting, amazing game with our amazing hero, or rather, should I say, heroine, Naomi, played by Jeff Richard from Chaosium. And I welcome warmly my co-game master, Paweł from Carnival Team. And
Hello.
yeah, so we're gonna make things happen. So let's not wait. Let's delve into because I'm hearing some kind of a bell ring. Okay. So Jeff, could you introduce your character, Naomi? What was actually happening before? And do some little recap.
All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Jeff Richard, and I am playing Naomi Lovejoy. She is an art and antique dealer from New York City who is here in Poland and participating in an art auction of art that was associated and collected with I believe it was my great-great-grandfather. Is it great? Something like that. Who was a German self-made aristocrat from Dresden, who I believe owned some sort of a factory or an industrialist of some sort, something suitably far away in time. Anyway, so we have been going on. The auction has been going on. I got outbid on, what was the item I just got outbid by the Russian collector? Do we remember?
Was it the box with jewelry?
It was the box. Yeah, exactly. It was the box with jewelry. If I recall, I successfully acquired one piece of art. I'm waiting for the Klimt to come up, and I'm very curious about whether there is some sort of a controversy about whether an item called the apparatus is going to be part of this auction. The auction is being overseen by a friend of mine who seems very stressed, and she seems to be very, very much not herself, and is being harassed by another friend of mine, Fred, who, as far as I can tell, Fred's on drugs. He took something, his eyes are all, normally you associate people that are really high with their pupils becoming really small. In this case, I think he got so high his pupils have expanded to eat up his eyes. And he's just behaving like I believe the term I gave the last session is he's behaving like a complete ass. And meanwhile, I am having to fend off a fat Polish politician who is no doubt trying to hit on me throughout the entire auction. And so at this point, I'm just hoping, that whether the cocktails they make here are enough to keep Naomi to, basically let me power through this to get the Klimt, to get the apparatus, and maybe eventually we figure out what the problem with Fred is. And it's either lack of sleep, lack of adjustment to the time zone, my hangover from the day before, or just the general weirdness of going on. But if I recall, I'm also hearing bell ringing or tapping, knocking, which is really irritating. But on the other hand, that Klimt is I've already more than made justified the trip and made my commission, if I recall, so far on this, and now it's, let's see if we can get the last couple of items and then figure out what's actually going on here.
Yeah, so
Probably,
in brief,
Probably
go on.
the most important thing was not only the action, but that thing that you told about Fred. He really turned out to be a completely different than Naomi had expected. Than Naomi know him. Normally, he was a nice, friendly, and really fun guy, but he turned out to be a bum obsessed with apparatus. Especially
Well, and
the most interesting thing was in his eyes. Exactly, his irises have black spots that were moving. Of course, you suggest that no, it's no black spots, it's only alcohol and maybe something else. This is quite interesting, the way to make rationalization of it.
Oh no, it's definitely it's more than alcohol. He is clearly. I mean, Fred's something of a. I know he's something of a party guy, and clearly he's playing around with something. I don't know, some sort of synthetic drugs that have made him into a complete irritating jackass. You know, all the downsides of somebody doing too much cocaine and no good sides at all. So I'm unimpressed. I'm very disappointed in Fred, but it's drugs. It's drugs, man.
Yeah, so they say. So
I say.
You are here with other people closely related to Ernst Guchow, the former owner of the Czocha Castle, and you're taking a part in the auction where you are, let's say, buying and hearing other people buying some precious stuff formerly belonging to Ernst Guchow. They are quite interestingly, they are quite cheap, which was also a part of your discussion with Dorothy. Dorothy, who is actually the art dealer and your close friend, yours and Fred's. She also looks at Fred with some sort of surprise in her eyes, because he's behaving weird lately. And as far as I remember, we were getting down the stairs to the room where the auction takes place, and after the break, the auction has to be shall be resumed. So all of you, including your newly met guy from Poland, and the fat guy, right? He's actually Tadeusz. I'm sorry, I forgot his name. Tadeusz, yes. So he's actually he's walking side by side with you, and the rest of the guests are gathering there downstairs in the room, which is quite small but cozy, and it's decorated with some sort of let's say ornaments with Guchow family signatures and so on and so on. Maybe his portraits are also there are some family stuff hanged on the walls, and Dorothy, who is actually closing the door because she's the last one, smiling as always. Well, you see that she's nervous and she's a bit worried and she's sweating a lot, but she smiles.
If I recall, she was just sweating like a pig during that. So.
Yeah,
it's not the most flattering look. Not the most flattering look.
Definitely, it wasn't. It wasn't supposed to be like that. I mean, for her. So, so she's taking her place behind the desk, and on the desk you see another part of very old, very beautiful, and very precious stuff. Like, for example, Dorothy takes into her hands some sort of a big set you think, and actually it's visible that it's a very beautiful, very ancient, very old set of cutlery made of silver, and some elements of the set are having signatures of Ernst Gutschow family. So this is also very precious thing for the family, for the whole family. And she's smiling, and she takes it, she shows it to you, and well, she's looking at you, and she wants to say something, but she's quite nervous, and just showing it to you. And okay, so welcome back. I
She's
hope
showing it. Was she showing it to me or to everybody?
to everybody, yeah, to everybody.
everybody.
But she's taking her place behind the desk, and she's showing it to all of you gathered here.
The old
she's-
janitor is right, very close to her, right, side by side, but
Yeah.
she is holding this this thing.
Yeah, this is a beautiful one. Definitely very old, very beautiful, renovated, and she's holding it up, telling you that okay. So after we had a short break, but I hope you are still interested in those beautiful things I have here, and this is the set of cutlery, and it all, of course, it belonged to Ernst Gutschow, I believe. And she takes, she puts on the table the set, and she takes up one of the spoons that it's actually inside the box, and it's shaped like a horse head. It's silver, it's beautiful, it's quite big, and she shows it to you, and says that it's a favorite spoon it's a favorite spoon for Gutschow. He used to eat with this spoon, and he actually he got it for a present as a gift from her, from his grandmother, and it's a kind of a very old souvenir, a family thing that was very precious for him. And she shows it to everyone sitting in the first row, and she's holding it up. So the price, I think, she looks at her notes at the desk. 1,000 euro.
I want to do an appraisal. I want to use that
Okay.
that skill
Okay,
that I use all the time. I'm going to use
okay.
appraisal, and I rolled a 10. So my
Wow.
appraisal, to let you know, is 65. So that is underneath.
Extreme success.
Yes, it's an extreme success.
So actually, you definitely know, you are sure that this set of cutlery is worth much more than 1,000 euros. It's about 10,000 at least.
Please roll one more thing. Roll for your spot hidden with an extra success dice because of this extreme success in appraise.
Okay, so 44, but I get to re-roll, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, I succeed with a 44. I have a 45, but let's see if I get a better success.
Mm-hmm.
No, I fail.
Okay,
so it's good that I rolled a 44.
Yes, exactly. So you could see one thing. Fred is really angry. In a minute, you could see that in a minute he could explode. Really, you cannot see an apparatus. He was talking about this device, and he's looking for this device, and this anger is on his face. He's got red veins on his neck. You could see the blood pumping. His heart is pumping his blood into his face. He's red, and he's very, very angry. He could explode. He's quite close to you. He's not in the front of the room as last time, but he's now sitting just a next chair behind Tadeusz.
Well, the problem is I don't really have any great. Do they have? I mean, he's behind Tadash, so it's not like he's going to attack Dorothy without falling over chairs. And he doesn't look like he's angry at me. He just looks really angry and frustrated, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So all I'm going to say is, Jesus, Fred, wait a moment, let him get rid of she's clearly trying to get rid of the stuff like the cutlery and whatnot before we go on to the main event. Relax.
In the answer of of what you talk, Fred jumped up from his chair and he screamed, "What a shit! Where is apparatus?" And he hit Tadeusz in the back of his head.
Oh, that's dumb. I'm just gonna kind of since I am a completely non-combat character in the slightest, I'm more just going to look appalled here and kind of ease myself away from what is clearly going to become a brawl and head over towards maybe head a little bit towards where Dorothy is, because that's probably safer than being between. My impression of Tadash is he's not the sort of guy that's gonna tolerate being hit in the back of the head without throwing a punch on his own. So I'm just gonna come on. We've all been there. Come on, Mary. We've all been here. I'm just gonna nonchalantly move away towards over where Dorothy is.
Of course, Tadeusz turned off and started a fight because why? Why he should not make his move in this situation? So now I will make some dice rolls, and Mary, could you please describe what's happening when those two guys are starting to fight?
Actually, this is a quite funny and quite threatening situation because, they clearly started to fight. So Tadeusz punches Fred in his face. He jumps back, pushing someone that was sitting in the third row. There was some screams hearable. Dorothy, of course, she instantly she puts the set of the cutlery on the desk. She looks at the janitor, who actually instantly reacts and comes up to Tadeusz and Fred. And other people are standing up and moving back towards the doors. There's some kind of a chaos breaking out, and people are screaming, and you are just squeezing between those people. As far as I remember, getting closer to Dorothy, who's trying to calm down the situation a bit, but she is no longer being actually taken into account by the two that are fighting. So everything is in great mess and chaos, and Dorothy just orders a janitor to react and stop the two before they will kill each other.
What you could see also because of my roles, it's like a cockfight that both cannot fight well. The situation now is, after really weak punch, but also really terrible dodge roll, Tadeusz is falling down on his back and totally breaking the chair under his weight. So this voice of breaking wood is really quite loud, and this is the situation when the janitor could catch Fred, because everyone saw that he was the one who started it. So the janitor and also one of the auction participants, this young man who was making still phone calls to his clients and he was bidding for them, he also decided to participate in this fight and also to put Fred down on the floor.
This is just pathetic. If I managed to get away from, because honestly, my opinion of Fred is pretty much reached rock bottom. I mean, he's a serious loser, and none of these guys are impressing me in the slightest. I'm gonna go over and see if everything's okay with Dorothy.
You actually comes up to her. She's trembling. She's worried. She was trying to calm everyone down, but most of the people were actually getting out through the door, getting upstairs to the dining room or elsewhere. She looks at you and instinctively she gets to you and stays very closely, just feeling safe somehow. And she looks at you. Oh, everything's okay? Are you all right? You didn't get hurt or anything?
I was going to ask the same about you, Dorothy. What are you okay?
I'm, as you see, oh my gosh, just put him down. And she screams to the janitor that comes down Fred. Yes, I'm fine. I'm fine. But I'm afraid we have to stop the auction for now. Just take a break and just clear this mess. Maybe I don't know. Maybe eat something. Oh my gosh, I don't know. It wasn't supposed to be like that.
Can I try at this point to use? I mean, I've got a high persuade. Mm-hmm. To just use persuade to tell everybody to we need to take a break here. Clear the room.
Sure.
So shall I roll against persuade, or can I just say that?
Roll. We will see what will happen. I mean, you will definitely calm down the people that are staying still there, but let's
41.
Let's see what happens.
41.
Okay, so that's a success. Regular one.
Access.
Okay. So you just just speak louder than normally and calm people down. Dorothy she's clearing the desk. She's packing the things, those precious elements from the auction, just to make sure they are safe. And she looks at you thankfully that you're taking care of the whole mess. And the people are just withdrawing from the room just to make sure both of the fighters are okay and are are getting to be calmed down by the janitor, who takes them, who talks to them, and after a while...
You could hear the janitor talking, no to teraz złociutki, weź się kurwa ogarnij i się uspokój. Of course, you could roll for Polish to understand what he was talking about.
I certainly will, because Naomi is far better at language Polish than I am. But let's see. I have a 41 and I roll a 72. No, I have no idea.
You just understood the word, let's say, shit in your language, in English language. So he's cursing.
Or even harder.
Even worse, yeah.
It was the F word.
Totally appropriate. That is totally appropriate here. It is. I will agree. This is a complete shitstorm. But hopefully everybody gets out so I can help calm Dorothy down, because she looks like she's about to have a nervous breakdown as far as I could tell.
Yeah, she's packing the things, and she's actually using you somehow to give you those boxes, those bags with things that were supposed to be sold on the auction. And if you could take a roll for a spot hidden.
It was funny. I was going to even just suggest that I would do the same thing there.
She clearly wants you to help her, just, to make sure the things are safe and to get them away from the room. Success, right?
I rolled an 18, which is it's not an extreme success, but it's the good
hard
success.
success. Yeah.
Yes, it's the hard success.
It's a hard one. So you definitely, well, what do you want to do? You want to take a look at the things, or...
I want to be seeing the stuff. I want to be looking carefully at the things that I am helping put away and pack. If there's, because I've looked at the list, if I recall, there's the usual at an auction. You've got the little photo of what it is and the description. If I remember, the apparatus was not on that.
Yep. It was not on the list.
So one of the things I'm looking for is if there's anything that wasn't on the list that I'm packing away. And the other thing is whether there's anything that differs from the description of the item. That there's more or less to it.
Everything is in accordance with the list. Every item is put on the list as far as you remember, like comparing with the stuff you read on the list. So there's no difference actually, and definitely there's no anything that could look other than was described on the list. So
okay, what I mean is like when you're dealing with boxes and stuff and the packing that. What I'm wondering is, clearly Fred's freaking out over the apparatus. It's sort of strange that the apparatus is not part of the, not officially part of the auction. That's what's driven Fred nuts. That's actually one of the things that was on the list that I was interested even before I came here. But it's also entirely possible, at least in Naomi's mind, that, there could be the apparatus, or what we're calling the apparatus, though, could be being described as something else, or it could be part of something else.
So everything on the list is actually there. That was supposed to be sold on the auction, but there's one thing in the corner. In the corner, you see a big bag. Clearly, it was inside. There was some kind of a box, and it's all like it's all destroyed. Like someone was willing to very let's say rapidly to open it up, and it looks like someone was in a hurry and wanted to take the thing that was inside outside, right, to take it away. And this box actually was it was put not that far away from the stuff that was kept for the auction. But there is a empty box, let's say like that.
But mainly that's what you see is in the back of this hall where you were bidding. So it wasn't mainly in front of everyone. When you go to the back of the hall, to the next room where the items were held, there you could see this box.
Okay, so it was in the back storage area.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Dorothy just ask you to take everything from here, from the storage and from the front rows. Everything was supposed to be packed and taken away from the room. And in the storage, at the backstage, let's call it that way, you just observed there was a huge empty box, an empty bag with the box inside.
Well, I'm going to continue to help Dorothy, but are we gone? Is everybody else gone?
Yeah, more or less. I mean, the guests are
still in the Czocha Castle, so they are.
No. I mean, are they gone from this room area?
Yes. You are only with Dorothy here.
Yeah. The janitor just, walks away, Fred and Tadeusz, and you are there alone.
I'm
with
gonna
Dorothy.
nod at the empty box and say, Dorothy, is that part of the is that part of this, or is that just junk?
She looks at you, and she starts trembling. More often and much more visibly. That's an old box, and she looks inside the storage, the backstage, just looking like she was looking for something more, just checking the whole area. It's an old box. I think that wasn't a part of the auction. Let's take all those bags here and just pack the items. Do you get them all? We need to clear the room and just get it away. Yeah, and she's clearly getting the fast talk, giving the fast talk just to maybe hide something or something.
Would you like to check your psychology contra
Yeah.
versus her fast talk?
Well, this is going to be ready to watch me lose.
I'm rolling for her.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
Okay.
This is,
Okay.
I rolled phenomenally well, and it's still not good enough. I rolled an 11, but my psychology is 10, so I fail.
Which is psychology.
Same as her. She also failed.
I'm gonna try to. Can I try to calm her down? There is clearly something going on here.
She failed. So
Yeah.
from your perspective, you cannot exactly realize if she's just lying, if she's scary of something, or maybe it's something else. But
Well,
for
could
sure,
be.
everything could be behind of it. But what she's talking to you, what she's saying to you, it isn't exactly true.
Yeah. Well, there's clearly something that has her nervous and worried, and for whatever reason, this empty box seems to be worrying her a whole lot. Now, here is my non-Cthulhu mythos, non-Scooby-Doo investigation working theory, just so that you as game masters know what my character is thinking is, it is entirely possible that the apparatus was stolen. And that it was that there was a theft, or somebody took it, or something else, and she's trying to cover that up because it was something that had been advertised, and you can get in big trouble as an auctioneer for not having all of the items. There could be an insurance problem here. There could be all sorts of problems that you have when something goes horribly wrong. And this box is part of this. So there's no big, super exciting mystery. But, if something got stolen and it wasn't properly insured or properly handled, then it's Dorothy who might be in the world of hurt. So I'm going to see if I can calm her down a little bit. So what would be a good skill? I'm going to try to persuade her that everything is okay. It's
okay.
You've got everything in control. It's all fine. You're doing a great job. Fred is clearly having some sort of he's having some sort of a drug issue or something. Everything is under control, Dorothy. Everything. It's all good. Calm down, relax. I'm going to try to rationally persuade her she's doing a great job.
Okay, just do a roll for that. And you can take the bonus dice because you just, explained it well, and just your attitude is reasonable, and let's see if she's...
Okay, so my first dice roll, I did a 27, which is a hard success.
Okay. All right.
Which is better than my bonus. So
okay.
I'm going with this.
Okay.
Nice. But what's happening? She's calming down a little bit. But suddenly, you heard the sound of metallic buttons. Like from an old typewriter, you could hear this inside of your head. But what's very interesting, you were just looking in the front of Dorothy's face, and you could see that she also heard this. She shuddered. For sure, she heard it too.
Well, that's creepy. Do I need to make a sanity check?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the moment. Yeah, you're like, you know,
Yeah.
like
I fail! Yay! All right, how many sanity do I lose here?
D4.
Yeah.
Let's make it D4. Okay.
One.
One.
Okay, that's not bad. That's fine. You're going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Everything is going to be fine.
Okay, there is something very creepy going on here, and I will say, Dorothy, did you hear that?
So imagine the scene that you are like two, cowboys in the duel, and both you're just staying in silence, and both are looking at each other, and yeah, you know that she knows, and she knows that you know. So after the moment of silence that you asked her this question, she went like, you were so sure that she's going to lie one more time, but she just exhales and just resigned. She sits on the chair and looks at you. Yes, I heard that, and it's repeating all the time. Yes, I heard that.
Is there some place that somebody could be making that noise? Is there is there somebody hitting on a pipe or something? What is that?
Now it's not only the sound of this clicking, but also the sound of rotating metal cogs. It's getting a little bit louder, and it's making her scary. Mary, roll for her sanity. And remember about her sanity loses.
Oh my gosh, okay, 96. Yeah, this train just, went out.
D4, please.
Yeah, okay. 3.
That's not good.
Okay, yeah, that's not good. That's
it's not good.
Yeah, she's sweating like hell.
You could see that for her, it wasn't the first sanity lose in the last 24 hours. And now...
Yes,
we
now
probably need to make a sanity check.
Well, this is not good for her. Okay, so Dorothy's clearly wigging out. I'm going to ask her, do you know where this is coming from? Where is the sound coming from? And I will try a listen roll.
Okay.
To see if I can figure that out.
Great.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Go for it.
This is called being a proactive player.
Yeah.
Very
I wish I had all
Mary,
such
you
active
need
players.
to roll for
madness, exactly. Okay.
I fail. I rolled a 44, which is my listen is 20. So I've got no idea where it's coming from, but I'm asking her if she knows where this is coming from.
Okay. So before I'm rolling the Dan, it's 3.
Okay. So if it's 3, you could see aggression on her face, and she will decide to punch you.
Ooh, wait. Dorothy's gonna punch me?
Yes, because of this question, and also this 3 on the madness roll.
Yeah, she sat down. She was resigned. That's why you decided to ask this question. And when you ask it, she was like, breathing harder and just jumping up of the chair and just screaming into your face. It was the apparatus. It was supposed to be saved, and she taking you, just grabbing your shirt and trembling, shaking you, and and she's breathing harder and harder, and she's getting aggressive. She pushes you, and you see her fists that are clenched, and she's ready to attack you.
Well, I'm gonna do two things. I'm gonna try to dodge.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna try to run away.
Okay. So at first, fighting, roll for Dorothy, and you could make a dodge roll. Have you got more dodge than standard one? No, you've got 22.
Bog standard dodge. And I fail.
So she pushed you. You just fell on the wall, just hitting by the wall, against the wall, and it's not
the door behind of you are opened by one of the ladies, which was a participant of this action.
Yeah.
Do you remember Miss Tsoloff?
This is is this the Russian woman?
No.
Which
Anna Maria Tsoloff. She's
German.
She's okay. German. At this point, I am just going to scramble over towards her. I don't remember who she is exactly, but she's not trying to punch me. Again, I am not a combat character. Naomi is. I want you guys to keep in mind, I am size 8 and I am strength 8. I am just trying to get the hell away and go over towards Miss Soloff.
Okay. Yeah, so you were hit against the wall. It didn't hurt much. It was just, surprising. And once the doors were opened by Mrs. Soloff, Dorothy just stands still, and you looks at Miss Soloff. She comes up to you, looking, questioning you, and she is everything fine, guys? And she's coming up to you both, and Dorothy, again, she sits on the chair and she breathes very, very, deeply and hard.
I asked Dorothy if what happened. Are you? I'm going to try to do my calm. Everything's okay, Dorothy. You've got this under control. And I'm just going to try to see if I can persuade her to calm down. And to Miss it's Soloff?
Yeah.
To Frau Soloff, it's we need to take a break here. Dorothy is under a tremendous amount of stress. I think that fight. I think that fight has really thrown things for a loop.
She breathes, and yeah, you actually managed to calm her down, especially when
I'll try and give her a hug or something. Calm her
okay.
down.
Probably not. Remember that the source of the aggression was your question, and your person now isn't calming her. It could be risky if you do it. That's the choice is yours.
I'm kind of, just everything's cool. Mm-hmm. Calm down, Dorothy. Yeah, do you need a sedative? If there's anything, but try to calm her down.
She breathes, but once you are coming up to her, she just, gets back a bit.
Yeah, I walk back. I walk back the moment
Yeah.
the moment she gets.
Yeah, but
it's like,
she
"Oh,
looks
okay.
okay. Yeah, and that's fine. She looks now. She looks fine. She even says, she murmurs some kind of a. Sorry, I'm sorry. I didn't know what happened. And when Tolof came up to her, Dorothy just stood up and walked towards the doors, the exit doors, and she just says something like, we need a short break. I'm sorry, we need a short break. Please take those bags upstairs, and we just lock them in the room, in the backstage, upstairs, please, let's go upstairs. And she just keeps walking towards the exit room, and Tolof, she looks surprised, and she actually takes a look behind the stage. That's where you found the empty bag, the empty box. She takes those things that you were packing just to help you, but she also takes a look at the backstage and observes what's happening, what is actually inside, what is that room, and what else maybe there is hidden. So she just takes a look and murmurs something like, well, that was weird. Yeah, go upstairs. Let's go upstairs, and pushing you up.
Who's pushing me? Is it Solaf?
Yeah.
It's more like a suggestion that we should go, not
Yes,
Yeah,
everybody
yeah,
should
no,
go.
yeah.
Let me just make sure I didn't leave anything here, and let's all go up and ask Dorothy if she has the key.
Yeah, Dorothy has a key. She's waiting actually for you just to lock the door.
Janitor can go appear to help her also.
Yeah.
He said that he said in Polish, wszystko już w porządku, tamten jest w pokoju. It was quite not so emotional sentence, so you could understood that everything is okay. That one, probably Fred, is now in his room.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, can I make a final spot hidden? Because remember when she was panicking, she was looking around and talking a little bit about the apparatus, and I think she was looking in a direction, or at least I'm going to look over to wherever it was she was looking at. Let's see if that works.
Sure. Yeah.
This is not my best skill.
Let's check.
25. 25. Is that a success? Yes. That is a success.
Yep.
Almost a hard one.
Almost. Yeah, but
Almost.
you know what they say, Pavel? Almost only counts in hand grenades and horseshoes.
And sometimes in Pulp Cthulhu.
And sometimes in Pulp Cthulhu.
Yeah.
So, is there something over where she was looking?
She was. You definitely see that Tsoloff was taking a look at the backstage, maybe looking for something, and Dorothy.
No, the question was if Dorothy was looking for probably the place where apparatus could be.
Yes.
For sure, not in this room. Rather, maybe this spot hidden and your intention of this test, you could think that she was looking underneath her legs.
So towards the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
yeah.
maybe just she pulled her head down, not to look at anything. Maybe it was
maybe, but what's running through my head is, and I'm getting totally into the Scooby-Doo idiom, there is clearly stuff underneath this floor. There's this metal clickety-clackety sound of a typewriter that we can both hear. It's stupid, the idea that it is something only in my head. It is clearly something like on a pipe or something. There is a missing apparatus. She was looking down. She's clearly has screwed things up, or, you know, I don't want to think badly of my friends, but it's entirely possible that she may have stolen it, or is in part on a stolen of it, because the rates that things are going for in this auction are so stupidly cheap, except for that one collection of jewelry, and even that went for a fraction of its worth. There may be something going on here, and Naomi I am young, I am intelligent, and I clearly don't have a lot of common sense about not looking the other way. So we lock the door.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say to Dorothy, why don't you just take a pause for an hour and try and calm down? And do I have any sedatives or medication or anything like that might help nerves?
Did you take with you?
You could roll for your luck.
Yeah, luck.
Sure. What is my luck is based on power, correct?
Luck is based on 3 dice 6 times 5.
Mm-hmm.
This is your luck.
Yes, that's right. You got to remember, I'm an old person who's played this game so many different versions.
You can just roll now. It's fine.
Okay.
Roll, and we could say it's enough or not.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to roll a 3d6.
Yep, and times 5.
That way I know what it is. 6, 3, and 5, so a 14. So I have
14.
a 70. I have a
70.
70.
Yeah.
So I have a 70 luck. And yes, people, write that down so that we remember this in the future. And now let me roll against that.
Yeah.
Nope, I rolled a 94. I clearly don't need sedatives.
Okay, so you just, after you summed up all the things that happened, Zoloff was taking a look at the backstage. Dorothy was taking a look clearly on the floor, at the floor. And the clicking sound, this knocking sound, is hearable in this room. So let's say downstairs, under the first floor. And when you were talking to Dorothy, you were just calming her down. And after she locked the door with the help of the janitor, and everyone was about to leave and go upstairs, she was trying to breathe more delicately, softly. So she's coming down definitely. And yeah, she is just taking her glass with water. She is drinking it, and yes, let's postpone this auction for tomorrow. Let's meet at dinner in the evening, okay? Let's take a break. I need to rest. I just need to lay down. We meet at 7 in the dining room.
That is an excellent idea, Dorothy. You need some rest. Get some water, lay down. Everything will be calm by dinner. Heck, by then Fred may even be back into the world of the normal. And does she head off to go upstairs?
Yes.
I've got one question.
Mm-hmm.
If you could make on your mind, you would like to stop this clicking sound or to recognize the place of it? What's your...
Well, I gotta remember, Pavel, I'm convinced that there is something, there's obviously something making this clicking sound.
Yes.
All right, because shared hallucinations that's just silly stuff.
Try to make the power roll.
Okay. Let me get to my dice rolling machine. And 60, which is exactly my power.
Which is exactly your power.
Exactly
Okay.
my power.
Okay.
So the most interesting thing is that because of your great power roll, everything stops and you cannot hear it.
Okay. Yeah, are there people left in this room here, this downstairs room? Or is everybody wandered
You
up?
could see the old janitor, this Mr. Grzegorz, probably. He's only speaking Polish.
I will ask Mr. I want to look at Mr. Jagosh. Does he look like he's been sitting around snorting coke or taking amphetamines or or drinking too much? Does he seem like a relatively normal janitor?
Yes.
Yeah. An old man. Yeah.
Lush gray hair and very big mustache. He's quite nice person, older, but really an absolutely normal person. You could, of course, take a closer look for his eyes if you would like.
I don't want to do that. I'm going to try to be charming and ask him if there is a downstairs below here. But I'm going to be charming about this and about how this is a beautiful castle and all of that. So beautiful it's an amazing castle. Is there are there rooms below here? And I'm happy to roll against charm.
The charm and also the case of the language roll. Yes. Let's make a decision if you will use your Polish language, which is quite good. It's 41.
No, not with an 87. I'm sorry.
87.
Pretty castle. Castle pretty. 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 Is there downstairs rooms?
Pretty. Yes, you are pretty. Yes, very. like my granddaughter.
Are there rooms? Is there more castle downstairs?
Nie wolno ci tam iść. Nie idź tam.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna kind of look around here and see if there's like a door to stairs. Is there a door that goes? Okay.
There could be.
So
it looks like once you are taking a look around, it looks like the castle definitely it has basements. It has to have always. So there are basements, but in the place where you are standing, so because you just went up, right? Everyone went up, or you are just standing after the doors, the exit doors from the room downstairs. Or you went upstairs?
No, I'm still downstairs.
Okay, so downstairs. Okay, so here where you are standing, there is no other doors than leading you to the room of the auction. But probably there are some staircases that are leading downstairs under the castle to the basements.
This is the castle. It could be not only the basement, but also maybe a dungeon.
Yeah.
Well, exactly, and so I want to start exploring this castle, and I'm happy to wander around. If I remember, there's rooms all over the place, and there's libraries and all sorts of stuff. I want to start exploring.
Great. On your own risk. Yeah. So,
well, I mean, honestly, what could be dangerous here? We're not playing Call of Cthulhu. We're playing auction.
Okay.
We're playing art auction. You guys got the wrong game here. This is art auction, kids.
So what do you want to do? You want to just go upstairs, following the all people that were leaving the auction, and enter the library or other room like a fireplace room or dining room and other thing, or do you want to let's say talk to the janitor or talk to other guests? How do you explore?
Where you could, for example, find the castle map or something like this.
Yes. Isn't there like a castle map or a person who's the manager there? And I'm going
and
to
the janitor. The
the
janitor definitely can show you every place if you just talk well with him. And of course, there's a map also. Yeah.
Well, first I'm going to look at the map.
So mainly, if you choose the closest possible map of the building, it's just the fire evacuation system map. So this is just the map of this floor without any information which room is what and everything. So this is just a plan.
But normally, yes, but that's good. Normally on a plan of the building, it's going to show stairs that go up and stairs that go down. And I want to look for stairs that go down that are going somewhere else other than the auction room.
Exactly.
Yeah, there are.
On such plan, there are stairs marked as the evacuation ways. So from this level that you are now, the marks are up and to the exit of the castle. If you would like to find the map of the castle, the old plan or something like this, you rather need to go to the library, probably.
I'm happy to go to the library. This is actually, yes, I will go and look to see. I mean, this is all of these. I'm going to now give a very American perspective on it. All of these European castles love having stuff about the history of their castle. Yes. They love it. And so I'm going to try and find wherever it is that they have, whether they have a book that is from the time of, I can't remember the name of the architect who did this, but he was also apparently very prolific about writing about the stuff that he did. I'm sure they've somewhere there's a book with a schematic of the castle or floor plans of the castle, great castles of Central Europe or whatever. And I'm going to try to find that.
Great.
So that sounds like library use.
Exactly. So this is very important.
It was the architect. This was the architect.
And library use is your second the best.
Yes, exactly.
Skill. So it's especially for you. But what you need to know before this role, but of course, if it's success, you could inform us.
It's a hard success, an 18 out of 70.
Wow. Almost extreme.
Almost extreme.
So before executing this success, you need to understand that you aren't alone in the library. Library is quite big. And when you are looking for the books and for the plan or map, you could hear a voice of one of persons who were on the auction. It was this very young person. You could have doubts about her age, his age, her age. Yes, this is interesting. Because,
doubts whether it's a his or a her. It's
this young person with short hedgehog hairs. You heard that this person is from the group from the antiquary. Globke antiquary from Berlin. So he bought those books. He wanted to buy books from this auction. But
the anatomy book.
The anatomy book. And what you could hear, there are not one, but 3 voices talking. This person, this young person, Adam, is talking in German.
I actually am. Yeah, I'm quite good in German. So
let's roll.
Wait. Because it's so rare that I do this. Woo! You can't see it probably.
Is this 1 or
A 1?
Oh my gosh! Okay,
So
you nailed it.
Wow. Okay, so of course we won't talk in German, but you could hear 2 male voices. One is very young. One is absolutely very old male voice. And now is talking the female voice, also old. All of them are arguing about, as you could understood, the role of Adam, this young person, in the future of their cooperation. What this old lady is now speaking, Mary?
You hear it quite good that she's angry, and she says something like, "No, I won't going anywhere. I won't going anywhere until we get there when our place is where we belong. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. You cannot just get rid of us. You are mine. You are ours."
Absolutely. And always. This is the old guy voice.
This is
And
one
now-
person talking 3 voices.
Now,
Is he talking and he's like, is he like doing the Gollum, my precious thing?
at first you are hearing the 3 voices, but probably it's interesting enough. Take a look behind of the bookcase and to check if there are 3 persons. You cannot recognize any of them, so it's interesting enough to take a look. Are you taking this look?
I'm taking a look.
So you could see only him.
Yeah.
Talking, 3 voices, 3 totally different voices.
Well,
Sanity roll?
With totally different attitudes.
Okay, 28 out of 60.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's fine.
Not 60. It's
Oh, sorry,
56.
57.
56.
Or
Yeah,
56.
you lost 3 before,
Yeah.
yeah.
57.
57, yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So, great. So, yeah, everybody's nuts here. So we got Gollum on the other side here. Pretty soon he's going to be talking about his precious. Can I find my book? So
Yes, of course. You could leave the ventriloquist talking to his own.
I mean, it's interesting in
It's
that
clear
it's
she's fighting inside. And it's clear.
But you know, I've had Fred get all weird and violent. I've had Dorothy try to attack me. I really don't need our Andy Serkis wannabe to attack me as well. So I want to find my map and go exploring and
Did you roll the library use?
yes, I did.
Yeah,
I got an
okay.
18.
Yes, that was one. That was the one. Okay. All right. So yeah, you found the book. There's a map, and also with the book, you just were riffling through the things on the shelves, the documents, some files, other books, and so on and so on. And you found your book, and also you found some documents, some leaflets.
This one is a great success for this role. It's wonderful that you find it, of course. Those leaflets.
What's in the leaflet? Come on, Mary.
So some of them you just saw before. It was connected with the LARP, the scenario game, CarcossaCon, the convention, and the LARP. So these are the leaflets promoting the CarcossaCon 2018, Blackmon Games, and so on and so on. But apart from that, there are also some documents, just records connected with this convention. And you just briefly read that the LARP, the game, also that was taking place downstairs. It was forbidden, and it was closed by the janitor. And the LARP authors, the creators, and the players, they were forbidden to play it. And
you have found the notes of someone who was preparing this LARP. He was looking for the information about the dungeons, the entrance for it, and the places that could be used for the LARP and for the scenario. And also you could find the notes. Someone was writing a letter that he's really angry about this forbidden of this game. The janitor also was involved in it, and he planned to send this letter to Miss Dorothy, who's the castle manager, but this letter was left inside this book.
So clearly, the LARP scenario game was forbidden to be played, was stopped at some point. The janitor was involved, and the players were angry. And also, there are some notes that there would be some great chaos and total mess on the Facebook and other media, just to make sure everyone knows that here in Czocha Castle there are no LARPs.
Gamers.
Exactly.
All right. So does this give me an idea where this was going to be held, though? How to get to where it was going to be in the castle? And I want to check on that room.
Mm-hmm.
So how do I get there? I mean, is it like behind the stairway through the sliding bookshelf down the stairs?
You remember the place behind the doors leading to the fireplace room? Yeah. So
you gotta remember, I've been to Castle Czocha.
Yeah, I know.
I had to track down a 10-year-old kid who was playing hide and seek there. So. But the point,
you just leave the room where the shelves, the bookshelves were moving. The one included in the library.
Naomi this is so cool. It has bookshelves that open up as doors. This is exactly what I expect.
That's where you found the map and all the notes. So it was a kind of let's say room that hardly ever someone gets there. So that's where you just came up with those pile of documents and things, and the map, of course, in your hand. And you had to just move to the fireplace room, and there is this tiny door leading to the staircase leading downstairs. So this is the closest one.
I head downstairs.
The closest passage downstairs. Okay.
Are there lights? I hope there's lights. Does the electricity work?
What time is it? I think it's 6 o'clock. So it's getting dark.
I look for the light switch.
Okay.
Is there a light switch?
There is one.
Okay.
But when you switch it, it's yeah, the lights are on, but they're dimmed, and it's clear that it's no enough power supply. They're going to be turned off soon.
Hey, here's the great thing, and this is the great thing about modern Cthulhu. I have a cell phone.
Yep, you have the
And one
toilet.
thing Naomi shares, Naomi is a very different character for me, but one thing we both share is ABC when it comes to electronic devices. Do we all know what ABC stands for?
No.
Always be charging.
Okay.
Always be charging. So I turn on the light on my cell phone, which is probably as good as a decent flashlight.
Yeah, because the light bulbs in the labs are just flashing, and just blinking, and it's clear they're going to be turned off soon. But you never know. So yeah, you're taking your cell phone with the torch. It's light, and you're going downstairs.
I'm going
aren't you?
downstairs. I'm going downstairs. Now let's get to where that room is. And I'm assuming I can go there pretty quickly. I mean,
Okay.
When I get to the door, is the door locked or unlocked?
This is a great question, because you were thinking that such doors should be locked,
They should be locked.
and they
But
aren't.
Well, then I open it up. What's in here?
If you could just make a spot hidden, I think spot hidden roll.
Not hidden.
Or no,
Okay.
intelligence. Intelligence.
Oh yeah, let's go with intelligence. It could have been either of them. Awesome. Extreme success. Extreme success. I rolled a 10. My int is 70.
Definitely. Okay, so you clearly see definitely someone broke in. The lock is actually destroyed. It's evidently it's someone that was just breaking it, and
Someone
broke in.
used force to open
Yeah.
this, not the
I'm going to
keys.
reach into my purse and I'm going to pull out a handkerchief or something and push it open. I don't want my finger. I'm in a foreign country. I don't want to have fingerprints all over a break-in scene. So I'm going to get out a handkerchief and open the door.
Okay. So you're doing it, just to feel safer. You just open the door with your handkerchief, and
Not to be it's not to be safer. I don't want to end up in a I don't want to end up in a Polish prison or something because I get blamed for
you don't
breaking
want
in.
to.
Exactly.
You
So
don't want
I want to look at this room. I turn my little my flashlight on, and what's in here?